Welcome to our Fortra VM demo series. Today we are going to review scan policies and how to create a custom scan policy. Once we log into the Fortra VM, we will be brought to our dashboard screen where we'll be able to view the results of our previous scans. To get to scan policies, we'll utilize the tabs on the top left portion of the screen. We'll click on scans and then navigate to the scan policy section of Fortra VM. Once in here, we will notice that there are several different scan policies populated. The ones with the black and white shield next to it indicate default scan policies provided by our development team to meet specific use cases or requirements, such as CIS benchmark scan. In here, we can see the different parameters set forth for this scan policy, and we can also create a custom scan policy based on a default scan policy and change the different parameters to meet our specific needs. But for this case, we want to create a custom scan policy from scratch. So I will utilize the new policy button in the top right. I will give the policy a name and a description. And then we can start editing the parameters for the scan policy, such as the scan speed, the various detection methods that we want to use to ensure that we are not getting false assets when scanning. We can also utilize different business groups, such as East and West. I will utilize the West business group for this scan policy. We can also include and exclude the different ports outside of the common ports that the Fortra VM scanners use, such as 22, 443, etc. Next, we will go to the Credentials tab. Here we will see a population of all the credentials stored in Fortra VM for authenticated scanning. So we will actually click these, and they are now applied to this scan policy. We can also checkbox this option, use auto enabled, to ensure any credentials created outside of when we create the scan policy will be added, and we can come back and edit the policy and utilize those credentials for this scan policy. We can also add credentials while in the scan policy. We will not do that for this demo. Next, we'll go to our password auditing parameters. Here, there are different options we have, including our brute force level. So we can go high, medium, low, or even exclude brute force altogether. Note when using brute force password auditing, it may trigger internal security events. So again, we have the option to not use it altogether, which I'm going to do for this scan policy. Last, we can exclude or override CVCs. So for this case, we want to create a specific CVC override or look for just one vulnerability. This may be useful when a new vulnerability comes out and we just want to look for that vulnerability in an efficient manner, such as when Log4j came out. You might have created a specific scan policy just to search for that vulnerability. There are different options, such as superseding Microsoft patch CVCs. So it's going to be looking for Microsoft patches that were recently applied and different CVC families to include or exclude. We will then save the policy. Once this is done, we will see that it is populated in our scan policy section, custom policy 1, and then it is ready to be used. Thank you for your time.